Doctor! We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik, even for you.
Lee, I love Sonic 3. This is a fantastic film. This is my favorite of the franchise. By the way,
too.
every single one of these films just gets better and better and better, and that's it's a high bar because the first one's incredible. But Stone has always been a loyal confidant of Robotnik, but with Gerald coming into the picture, what can you tease about their Robotnik and Stone's dynamic in this film?
Oh, it's definitely, Stone kind of becomes like a third wheel within this relationship. And I think he's having a challenge finding his place amidst this relationship between Ivo and Gerald.
I love that in this film, I feel that like we really get to see an evolution of Agent Stone, and he gets to do a lot more. Can you talk about how the character has evolved since the first film, and what new dimensions you were excited to explore with the character?
Oh, 100%. I mean, in the first film, we're introduced to the character, and he's kind of just, initially on paper, he was just kind of there, right? And through a relationship with Jim evolving, those two roles evolved as far as their relationship was concerned. He was kind of just an assistant. In the second one, we saw that he was given a little bit more to do. He was in charge of establishing the lab in the Mean Bean. And then in this one, we kind of get to see him, you know, roll up his sleeves, action sequences, more responsibility. You realize that Ivo can't really survive without Stone. And on top of it, for like as an actor, you know, we got to really delve a little bit more into Agent Stone's emotional depth.
We absolutely do. Now, speaking of that, I love the themes of this film.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the theme of found family and making the right choices and what that means for Agent Stone?
Yeah, I mean, I think found family is so huge for so many people, right? I think a lot of us struggle with finding where we belong and what we're meant to do in life. And I think Stone's kind of there. Like there was something in the first movie where Robotnik talks about being an orphan.
Right.
And I was like, oh, like what if, and this was for me, right? We never discussed it, but I was like, oh, what if Stone's an orphan? What if he didn't, or had to leave home or whatever? And so that's kind of the first little thing in common that they have. And I think that relationship is huge to Stone. I think maybe Ivo's the only one that really sees him in a sense.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, as Agent Stone deals with the fallout of Robotnik's plan, how does his loyalty get tested in this film?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, I think, I know Agent Stone really sees things in Ivo that others don't.
Sure.
And I think he just has faith in him that maybe Ivo doesn't see in himself.
Incredible. Now, we get a double dose of Jim Carrey in this movie, which is fantastic. Can you talk about matching and complementing Jim's high energy performance in this film?
Oh, thank you for saying that, number one. I think it's just about being there. Like I was always taught as an actor, like the best actors are always there for their scene partners. And that's what it was. It's very much a partnership. And, you know, he's there for me just as much as I'm there for him. And I think it was like with adding the fact that he was also playing Gerald, there were sometimes discussions like, okay, what are you gonna do when we film that other side, so I know how to be there for you in that moment, or what Stone, like what's the opinion there? So yeah, it added an element of technical planning.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, you get to shave Jim Carrey's head on screen.
Yep.
Talk to me about that scene. Did you keep a lock of his hair?
You know, people are asking me that, and I did not. And I'm starting to kick myself. No, I'm kidding. It was such a blast. Like to find out that Jim came up with the idea. He was like, I've got long hair. We might as well cut it on camera, make it part of the montage of Ivo getting ready, and let's have Stone do it. I want Lee to cut my hair. And there was this conversation around like, well, should we get like a barber to do it? And Jim was like, no, Lee can do it. I trust Lee. Let's have him do it. And so for him to show me that, it just, you know, every movie, our relationship has built, Jim and I. And then I think the relationship between Ivo and Stone has paralleled that.
I love that. I love that. Lee, congratulations on the film,
Thank you
man.
so
I can't
much.
wait to see you in Sonic 4 now.
Hey.
Eventually. Hey, we're happy.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, baby.
I need room. But sir, I don't have the proper materials. Found some.